Welcome back, guys. In this video, we'll explore cost-effective ways to update your home in 2024. From painting tips to clever accessorizing ideas. Updating your home doesn't have to cost a fortune, and with a little creativity, you can achieve a whole new look. Each tip is packed with high-impact, low-cost ideas, so don't miss a single beat. Okay, the very first tip we're going to talk about is painting. Now, when it comes to updating your home on a budget, a fresh coat of paint can work wonders. And it is really, truly one of the best ways to refresh your home. I know when I paint, I just feel so much better. I feel like I have new walls. So it's one of the most impactful and affordable ways to completely transform a space. But as an interior designer, I know the power goes beyond just slapping on a coat of color. Here's how to strategically use paint for a budget-friendly home update that packs a punch. So a fresh coat does wonders. Sometimes all it takes is to breathe new life into a room and really change what is a very tired old space. So whether you're dealing with outdated colors or faded walls or simply just, craving a change, which I know I do, then this is really a great way to brighten, modernize, and revitalize your home. And it's one of my favorite things to do, and it's a low-cost investment for the output. So it really changes the mood in a space, and it does that by energizing the space with warm tones. Right now, color is in, color is back. I'm so excited about it. I'm seeing color everywhere, and I'm in everywhere, so it's really the opposite of what was going on. So light yellows, oranges, corals, earthy tones. Now, for a calming space, you can definitely go into the cool tones. Just because color is back, it doesn't mean only earthy colors. You can opt for cool tones like calming blues or beautiful greens or serene lavenders. These can also evoke a calming mood. Also, go bold with deep jewel tones. My favorite colors this year, not only in fashion, but in home, is burgundy. So colors like emerald green, sapphire blue, rich plums really truly make a statement and are gorgeous. Make sure that you highlight your architectural details. Paint will now allow you to be able to do that, and this will allow you to have visual interest by painting, let's say, the chair rail or wainscoting in a different color than the upper walls. I typically tend to paint all of my walls in one color, but if you have something that's really different, highlight architectural details. This is my favorite thing that's happening in 2024, and people are doing it keeping the same color tone. So if you have wainscoting that's beautiful and you want to highlight it, let's say you paint it a moody green, and then what you can do is use a different sheen for the walls. So you could do a satin on the baseboards and on the wainscoting, and then do a flat finish on the walls, and then you have a really good mix. Now, one great way to really create a focal point is to give your fireplace a great moment of contrast by painting it a contrasting color or bold accent color. Don't forget your ceilings. It's your fifth wall in your home. Most people ignore this wall, but I would use paint on your ceiling. I would use something other than the white paint that is on there. Perhaps take the color that you have on your walls, bring it up to the ceiling, or wallpaper. If you have low ceilings, then paint it a lighter color and make sure your walls are in that lighter color. But if you have tall ceilings, then you can definitely incorporate more height by having more of a darker, deeper color. Let's not forget the power of paint on cabinetry. If you're tired of your cabinets, which I am, this is exactly what I'll be doing. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram, by the way, because we are going to be transforming my kitchen. It has black lacquered cabinets. I know, I don't know what I was thinking, or actually I was ahead of my time and I loved it for 10 years, but now I'm really craving a change. So absolutely replacing the color of our cabinet is going to make a huge transformation in your space. Choosing the right paint. Opt for a high quality cabinet specific paint for durability and resistance to moisture and grease. And you want to make sure that you're using the good kind, because you don't want to cheap out because the labor is more expensive than the paint. You get my drift. Consider different paint treatments. Now, there was lime wash at some time. Right now, Roman clay is hot, plaster. There are so many different finishes that you can create on your walls, and this can be done really easily if you have a little bit of DIY in you. And every brush stroke, for example, creates a little bit of texture, creates a little bit of interest, which is going to make your space a lot more desirable and a lot more visually appealing. But before we embark on a furniture overhaul, which is going to be super important, I'm going to ask you to please click that subscribe button. 70% of you who are watching this channel have not subscribed, and this is hurting my heart. So I love you guys, and if you could just show me a little bit of love, it will go such a long way. Replacing or getting a new rug is a huge game changer. Do not overlook your floors. Now, putting in a new rug literally transforms your space. You define separate areas when you have a new rug. You can define a large space from a small space, or if you have a big room, you can actually separate them just by having a rug. As you guys know, I have a Ruggable collection. The reason I did it is because I wanted to have rugs for the masses that were really super high level chic. And all of my rugs are going to be linked in the description section below so that you can actually find beautiful rugs that are affordable and accessible. And rugs are a great way to introduce perhaps a new color or a pattern without really committing to a lifetime of having the piece. With Ruggable rugs, you can certainly swap them out. They're not that heavy, and you can store them and bring in new rugs depending on your mood. So that's another benefit of Ruggable. Now, don't be afraid to experiment with rugs, and one way that you can do that is bring in something that you're usually not prone to using, but this is going to push the envelope. The idea on this channel is to get you to do things that normally you wouldn't do so that you can embrace change and you can embrace different styles. And this is a great way to really change your design direction without spending a whole lot of money. High traffic areas are really prone to scratches on the floor. So having runners will actually limit the wear and tear of your home, which you really would like to preserve because one day you're going to be selling that puppy. So using runners is always a great idea. And again, I even have runners in all the designs that we have shown you here. So you can actually mix and match, or you can get a runner that matches the look so that you can have more of a cohesive look. Now, for your entryway, this is one of the most important moments. The entryway sets the tone for the entire house, and first impressions are everything. Entryway, by definition, is a transitional space. Help it feel distinct from the rest of your home by creating a visual and functional zone. A well-placed runner in your entryway is always a fantastic idea, and your floors will, again, not get scratched. And in addition, it'll bring warmth the moment you walk in. Mirrors are one of my favorite things to do in an entryway. It brings the reflection of the people that are coming in. You want to make sure it doesn't point out the door, because in feng shui, that means your money's running out the door. So have it obviously not reflect the door, but another area of the home. And make sure that it brings in, also, it allows natural light to come in. It'll reflect the plants you put in front of it. It is just a win-win. Let's face it, shoes are a reality in our entryways and really unattractive. So I always have everybody take off their shoes unless I'm having a formal dinner party, at which point I store them in a cabinet that I have down in my entryway. But if you guys are a no-shoe household, and most people are, then having a cabinet that holds them is definitely a great idea in your entryway so that it masks the really cluttered shoe effect. A statement piece like a gorgeous chandelier or pendant in your entryway also has a great importance in terms of design, and you want to make sure and pick the right fixture for your home. Which reminds me, if you guys are interested in a consultation, I can be booked through my Zoom link in the description section for a 20-minute call or longer, and can help you source items, can give you ideas, or just chat about anything. Updating the fixtures in your home is another great way of having a huge impact. And by fixtures, for example, this could refer to your bathroom faucets. This is such an easy way of creating a new look and maybe even changing up your metals. I am doing that exact thing in my kitchen. I am not ripping my kitchen out because I have beautiful marble that I absolutely love. I bought timeless marble. I did a beautiful Calicut, which is very, very timeless, white with very minimal veins. So I'm going to be changing all the fixtures in my kitchen. They are currently a chrome fixture color, and I'm gonna go with an antique brass, so I'm really excited about it, and you will see what kind of difference this is gonna make. And you wanna make sure and select a style that complements your home. It doesn't have to be exactly the style of your home, so it's either gonna complement it by being in the same era, or it's going to be vastly different. So there's no in between here. A simple switch and swap can breathe new life into your tired space. Replacing your switches, your outlet covers is another wonderful idea. There are a lot of new materials, ones that actually are flush with your wall that you can find even on Amazon. I'm gonna try and find those and link them below. Consider opting for sleek contemporary switch plates in a coordinating finish to tie together your decor theme. Whether you prefer classic white or more of a unique piece, or now we've got these gorgeous outlet covers that are flush with your wall and are very minimal. Those are the ones that I prefer, and you can definitely get those at Amazon. I'll try and link them below. Another favorite of mine that's happening all over the place is from a lot of British brands are doing this, and you can certainly import them, and I'm sure American brands are going to start doing this, but they are beautiful outlets that are brass, and they have these little very sleek up and down switch buttons that are very nice, and those are going to really elevate your look. Another great item that I have really enjoyed putting in new homes and in client homes are the multi-purpose outlets that have USB ports and all the different kind of ports that you need today, so that you don't have plugs everywhere. And these are modern, these are sleek, these are cost effective, and definitely worth the investment. Once you've given your switches and covers a little update, you might want to opt for something slightly larger, like, are you ready for this? I just did this a year ago, and I am so glad I did, and that is resanding your floors. Once you've given your switches a new look, then there's something bigger that you can tackle, and that is refinishing your wood floors. I did that a year ago, and I am so glad I did. Even now I look at the floors and I'm elated. I have 3/4 inch planks all over my home, so it was easy to sand them down and refinish them with a clear polyurethane finish. You need to consider what you have. If you have engineered floors, you can still sand them, by the way. You just need to find out what floors you actually have. Some of them will allow you 1 or 2 sands only, so you have to be careful and not over sand, and that's when you might need a professional. But doing it as a DIY project, I find it to be quite doable, and many of you have that ability. So if you can do it and change maybe the stain or change the look of it, that is a great way to update your home. Want to see more home improvement videos and how to actually hack the system in creating a beautiful space? Well, make sure you click the bell so you don't miss a single upload. We do videos weekly, and we can't wait to enter your home.